Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. To make this cropped top you will need a weight 2 yarn and a 4mm crochet hook. In this tutorial I make a size small. For all other sizes check out my blog crochetwithcarrie.com. So this is the yarn I used. It's Drops Safran. It's a weight 2 cotton yarn. I used about 5 balls for a size small. So we're going to chain 80. Both the front panel and the back panel are the exact same. Next we're going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook and then single crochet into every chain to the end. At the end of the row, chain 1 and then turn your work. Now we're going to single crochet into that very first stitch, chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches, and then popcorn stitch into the next. So to make a popcorn stitch, make 4 double crochets into this stitch. When you have 4 double crochets completed, just drop your loop and then find your first double crochet and insert your hook into that double crochet and then grab the loop that you just dropped and then pull that through. And that's your first popcorn stitch made. So next, chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches and then single crochet into the next. So we're going to repeat that again. We're going to chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches and then popcorn stitch into the next. Then chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches and then single crochet into the next. So you're going to repeat that all the way across. Next you're going to chain 3, then skip 2 and then popcorn into the next, then chain 3, skip 2 and single crochet into the next. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. Here I am at the end of the row. I've just made my last popcorn stitch and I've 3 stitches left. So we're going to chain 3, skip 2 stitches and then single crochet into that last single crochet. Chain 5. This chain 5 counts as your first double crochet and chain 2. Turn your work, single crochet on top of your first popcorn stitch, chain 2, double crochet into your next single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet on top of your next popcorn stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. Chain 2, double crochet on top of your next single crochet, and then chain 2 and single crochet on top of your next popcorn stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. Here I am towards the end of the row. Chain 2, single crochet on top of the next popcorn stitch, then chain 2 and double crochet into that very last single crochet. Chain 1 and then turn your work, single crochet into that very first stitch, two single crochet into this space, single crochet on top of the next stitch, two single crochet into the next space, and then single crochet into the next stitch. So you're going to single crochet into every single crochet and double crochet, and then put two single crochets into every chain space, and repeat that all the way across. Here I am at the end of the row. So single crochet into the next stitch, then we have this big loop, so into that loop place two single crochet, and then place one single crochet into the third chain. So count 3 chains up, and into that chain place your last single crochet. Then chain 1 and then turn your work, and now we're going to single crochet into every stitch all the way across. So you're going to repeat rows 2 to 5 a further 7 more times, but make sure your last row is ended with row 4. So right here is the section we're doing right now. So you're going to repeat rows 2 to 5 a further 7 more times, but make sure that the last row you complete is row 4. If you want your top longer, just add more rows here. Make sure that the last row you complete is row 4. So here I've just ended on row 4. So we're going to make sure not to fasten off. We're going to continue on here and we're going to make our sleeves. So continuing on from where we are now, we're going to chain 42. Once you have your 42 chains, we're going to fasten off and cut our yarn. And now we're going to attach our yarn to the very end single crochet on the other side. So just insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull it through, and then just make a knot. Then insert your hook, pull your yarn through, and then chain 42. When you have 42 chains completed, we're going to fasten off and cut our yarn. Then we're going to turn our piece over and we're going to attach our yarn to the very end chain, just right there. Insert your hook and then pull your yarn through and then chain 1, single crochet into that same stitch, and then you're going to single crochet into every chain all the way across, and you're going to keep continuing with single crochet across the main section of your top and then along the other chain on the other side. So here I've single crocheted all the way across. So next we're going to repeat rows 2 to 5 of the main stitch pattern. So our next row is going to be chain 1 and then turn your work. Single crochet into that very first stitch. Chain 3. Skip the next 2 stitches and then popcorn stitch into the next. then chain 3, skip the next 2 stitches and then single crochet into the next. So you're going to repeat that all the way across. Next you're going to chain 3, skip 2, popcorn stitch into the next, then chain 3, skip 2 and then single crochet into the next. And you're going to repeat that all the way across, and then you're going to continue in pattern like we did before on the bottom section of your top. You're just going to keep repeating rows 2 to 5 for a further 5 more times, but make sure that the last row you complete is row 4. So now we can start to see our sleeves, and we've ended on row 4. So next we're going to start our neckline. So next we're going to chain 1 and then turn our work, and into that very first stitch we're going to do an extended single crochet. So insert your hook, pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through the first loop, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So that's your extended single crochet. So you're going to make another 57 extended single crochet, so now you should have a total of 58 extended single crochet. So we're going to fasten off here, and then on the other side count 58 single crochet in, and then attach your yarn to that 58th stitch. So once your yarn is attached, insert your hook and pull your yarn through, chain 1 and then make an extended single crochet into that same stitch, and then you're going to continue with extended single crochets all the way across. Once you reach the end, we're going to fasten off. So now your top should look like this. If you want a bigger neckline or a smaller neckline, just do more or less extended single crochets. It's completely up to you. So now you're going to lay one of your panels with the right side facing up, and then on top of that panel you're going to place your second panel with the right side facing down, and then with a yarn needle and some yarn we're going to stitch across here to there, and then we're going to do the same on the other side from here to there. Once we have that done, we're going to sew down along the edges and the same on the other side. And then once you've that done, your top is completed. Just turn your top the right side out and it's ready to go. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget the free written pattern is on my blog crochetwithcarrie.com. So until next time, take care.